Time has told me you're rare, fine. Trouble cure.
Hang on here. I'll just be a couple of minutes.
For a troubled mind.
What you doing, Dad?
Time has told me
Mum will be wanting me home!
not to ask for more. For someday our ocean.
Did you speak to the caterers?
Yeah, just need to finalise the menu.
Flowers for the church.
Eileen wants to do that.
Great. So, photographer, cake, best man. Did you speak to Phil?
No, not yet. Well, don't worry, I will.
Oh, well, I'm all right, I suppose. I'm just worrying about the business. It's dead quiet.
It's understandable, I suppose, seeing as you're an undertaker.
No, seriously, I haven't seen a customer for weeks.
You'll be all right. With a bit of luck, there'll be another great plague along any minute.
It's not funny, Claude.
I'm beginning to think you're right. You better get me another scotch before I'm too upset to enjoy it.
You all right, Gina?
Sorry. It's this court appearance tomorrow.
Well, it's only a licensing application. Yeah, you'll be fine.
I know, but I'm still not sure if I'm doing the right thing.
Well, you're running the place already, Gina. And you're doing a really good job. And anyway, I'll be here to help you.
Yeah. Steve, what's this?
What's what?
American beer. I didn't order this.
No, that was me. It's new. Thought we could try some.
You thought?
Yeah, I should have told you. Sorry.
And since when do you do the ordering? Well, you just have to send it back.
You off then?
Oh, yes. That's enough for one day.
Alf, has Nick said much to you about the wedding arrangements?
How do you mean?
You don't know he's going to be a best man, do you?
No, I don't.
Because I sort of thought, being his mate and that...
Oh, he hasn't asked you, then?
No. Still, a bit of time to go yet. And I'm the obvious choice, aren't I?
Well, I wouldn't raise your hopes too much. He's probably asked one of his friends from the Met, or one of the Rowan tribe. There's plenty of them.
Suppose so.
Hey, Joe, where you going with that gun of yours? Hey, Joe, I said, where you going with that gun in your hand? I'm going down to shoot my old lady. You know I caught her messing around with another man. I'm going down to shoot my old lady. You know I caught her messing around with another man. And that ain't too cool. Hey, Joe, I heard you shot your woman down. You shot her down now. Hey, Joe, I heard you shot your lady down. You shot her down in the ground. Yeah. Yes, I did. I shot her. You know I caught her messing around town.
What's happened?
Come on.
What's the matter, Dad?
I told you, nothing.
Then I gave her the gun. I shot her. All right. Show 'em one more time again.
He's up on Shafton Moor, just off the road from Pupton to Ashfordley. No, I can't tell you. You're not to say a word about this. You promise?
Yeah?
Letter for you. French postmark. You enjoyed your trip, didn't you?
Yes, of course I did.
Shame handing in so far away.
Oh, well. Absence makes the heart and all that.
What are you doing today, Katie?
Trying on my bridesmaid's dress.
Are you?
We're going round to Alice Jessop's first. She's due out of hospital this morning. And then we'll try on the bridesmaid's dress. Happy to be going home.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm all right, Maggie. If you can manage.
You need to take it steady, Mrs. Jessop. Can take a while to recover from a stroke.
Oh, I feel like a spring lamb.
I still wish you'd consider having someone living in.
Oh, well, all that's under control. I've taken your advice. I've advertised for a housekeeper.
Sammy Maxton was taken into Ashfordley General last night. There was an emergency call around 9:15. He'd been shot and lost a lot of blood.
Do we know anything about him?
He's a gamekeeper at Pupton.
He's still critical but stable. And Bellamy's been at the hospital all night, so I want you, Rowan, to go and take over. Now, we need to talk to him as soon as he's fit.
Who phoned the emergency services?
It was anonymous, a male voice. Ventris, you get over to Pupton, see if you can sniff out anything.
Well, could this have been an accident, Sarge?
Could be, Ventris. It could be attempted murder.
Now then.
Claude! Ha ha! Glad you got my message.
I hope you're not wasting my time. Not another load of rubbish, is it?
Come here. Come and see what I've got for you. Hey? Hey, this is a beauty, this is. Just look at that.
Funny colour for a snooker table, isn't it?
Snooker table? That's not a snooker table. American pool table. That's all the craze, that is. Like in the film, The Hustler. It's like snooker, but they've got numbered balls, you see.
Numbered ball? What that for? People who are colourblind? What am I going to do with it?
It's a business investment, isn't it? Something like that. You can rent it out to pubs and clubs. They'll be screaming for something like this. I thought anyone with a bit upstairs could make a killing from something like that. That's why I thought of you, Claude.
Oh, they're lovely, Eileen. What a welcome home.
Shall I put them over there?
Yes, that'll be fine, dear. Katie, would you like a biscuit? Come on, then.
Now, I've put your medicine and pills on the kitchen table, Mrs. Jessop. All the instructions are written down. And don't forget.
No alcohol.
Do I have to hide that gin bottle?
Honestly. I'll go. Oh, quite a party, isn't it?
Mrs. Jessop.
No, I'm a friend of hers. Can I help you?
Oh, hello, I'm Alan Lester. I saw her advertisement in the newspaper. About the housekeeper's post. I'm a qualified butler.
Does his girlfriend know anything?
I haven't had a chance to speak to her yet. Sister took her straight in.
What'd the doctor say?
Well, it's touch and go. He's in a coma.
I hope you're going to get him.
Get who?
Barry Ruxby, it's him who's done this.
I'm sorry, I don't know her name.
I'm Linda Walker, Sammy's girlfriend.
And who's Ruxby?
He had Sammy's job before him.
A gamekeeper.
That's right. Ruxby got the push, but he blamed Sammy.
Why?
He said Sammy told the landowner lies about him. Last week he really turned nasty.
Why? What happened?
Tried to sock Sammy when down the pub. He accused him of destroying his life. Then he lashed out, shouting about wanting to see him dead.
The place in America, there was a film about it, you know, called The Hustler. With Paul Newman. Who? Paul Newman. Oh, you were in it and all. What I'm thinking is, it'd be an unusual attraction, you know, bring a few customers in. And I mean, you haven't got to buy it. I mean, I'll rent it to you. It'll cost you a note, nearly. What do you think?
I think it's a great idea.
No, what you don't... Pardon? Hey, right. Oh.
At the right price, of course.
Oh, of course, it'd be all right with Gina, won't it?
Hey, you leave Gina to me.
Fame is but a fruit tree, so very unsound. It can never flourish till its stalk is in the ground. So men of fame can never find a way till time is flown.
Barry Rooksby?
Far from
Yeah, that's right. Can I come in for a minute? Sammy Maxton was shot on Shafton Moor last night.
Shot?
Yeah, we were wondering if you could help us with our inquiries.
Sure. How?
Where were you last night?
Here?
On your own?
Yeah. My wife moved away 3 months ago.
You didn't go out at all?
No. Well, just for a short time. I drove our Susie back to her mum's.
Who's Susie?
My daughter.
Is that her?
Yeah. She comes over at weekends and stays with my wife during the week.
And where does your wife live, Mr. Rooksby?
Aidensfield.
Can Susie confirm that you drove her home last night?
Look, I don't want you questioning me kid. I haven't done out.
Steve, I've got it, look.
Let's have a look. Gina Ward, licensee.
Isn't it great?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I'm so happy. We can really do something with this place now.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Hang on a minute.
It's all mine. Can you believe it? What's going on?
Gina.
I'm not having that in my pub.
Don't tell me you haven't told her.
Yeah, I was going to mention it, but I haven't had the chance.
I thought you were going to have it all sorted.
American pool. It's just the sort of thing to put this pub on the map.
I told you no, Steve.
Hang on, Gina.
This thing's cost me a flaming fortune and another fortune to get it put in here.
Whose name's on that bit of paper?
Oh, yours, but I thought we worked as a team.
Maybe. But I'm the captain, and my pub's not turning into a snooker hall. Now get rid of it.
Thank you very much.
Did you and Maxton get into a fight last week?
I don't know what you're talking about.
A fight in a pub.
Who told you?
Linda Walker.
Might have known.
Well, she said you blamed him for the breakup of your marriage. Is that true? Did you say you wanted him dead?
It were he to the moment. Yeah, all right, he's not my best mate. But how would you feel if it had happened to you, eh? I haven't really earned in a year, you know. How are you supposed to keep a family? So when I saw him in the pub there, chucking his money about, smug, I just boiled over. But I didn't shoot him. I don't like him, but I wouldn't do that.
Put it down.
No, Claude, I can't.
It's only for a day or two till I find somewhere to put it.
Full of junk as it is.
I wouldn't have to ask you if you hadn't let me down.
Sorry, I didn't know she'd be like that.
Oh, I suppose you're going to compensate me for all the money I've spent.
I can't, Claude.
Look, I would like to help, but you can see how busy the garage is.
What are you talking about? I thought you said you got no top.
That's the undertaking part.
Well, why don't we put it in the laying out parlour then?
Claude, I'm not having it.
I'm sorry for interrupting, gentlemen. This is a public highway, and you appear to have left a snooker table in the middle of the road. Shifted.
You're quite right, Alf. Come on, let's get it inside. Come on, look, when...
Rooksby said he never went near the moor last night. He drove his daughter back to Aidensfield about 9 o'clock.
About the time of the shooting, judging by the 999 call. Have you confirmed his statement?
Not yet, Sarge. I need to speak to Susie and her mother.
Ah, Ventris. What have you got for us?
Well, I've done the rounds in Pupton, Sarge. I found a builder who'd driven his truck over Chafton Moor last night. He saw a van parked with a little girl in the passenger seat.
What kind of a van?
Grey A35.
Rooksby's got one.
Maggie?
Neil. What are you doing here?
I just thought I ought to come and let you know that I'm back.
All right, thanks for helping me tidy up. Off you go.
Thanks, Weston.
Bye.
Thought you were still abroad.
Well, I was, but I decided it was time to come back to England.
But why Ashfordley?
Well, why not?
There must be dozens of good jobs for a doctor with your qualifications, Neil. You could have gone anywhere you liked.
Well, I know that, but I don't know. My first job was in Yorkshire. It's familiar.
Well, that's very nice for you. But you might have given some thought to the fact that your estranged wife was still here.
Maggie, please. Can't we be grown up about this?
Grown up? You walk back into my life as though nothing's happened. No word, no letter for 4 years, and you think I'm going to be pleased to see you?
No. I realise I was expecting a bit too much from you, Maggie. But I did think you might manage to be civil.
Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, Neil. But you seem to have forgotten that we didn't exactly part on the best of terms.
Susie, what's the matter?
Nothing.
Come on, Susie, what is it? Your mum will be expecting you home.
I know.
Is home the problem?
Sort of. It's my dad. I think he's done something bad.
It's no use denying it, Rooksby. Your van was seen parked up there.
All right. I'll tell you what happened. I was taking Susie back to her mum's. I got no food, no money, so I thought I'll go by Chafton Moor, bag a couple of rabbits. Won't be nobody about.
Carry on.
I parked van, went up onto the moor like, I left Susie. Any road, there he were. Maxton, hanging around.
What for?
I don't know.
Well, did you speak to him?
No, I hid. I watched for a little while, then bang, there's the shot. Maxton falls down, and over to its side, there's this fella running away with a gun in his hand.
Which way was he running?
Pucked in all direction.
So who was he?
I don't know, but it all seemed planned, you know, like an ambush.
Why didn't you tell us all this before?
I couldn't. I knew finger would point at me. My only thought was to get out of there, get Susie back to her man's.
And did you stop on the way?
I did, I made a 999 call.
Do you know something, Rooksby? That's about the only thing you've said that I believe.
It's the truth. I'm not a killer.
It shouldn't be in here, Claude. It's disrespectful.
I don't know what you're worried about. There's no dead ends in here apart from you. I'll have it out as soon as I can think of a way of getting my money back.
Hey, you're not bad at this, are you?
Yeah, made a few bob in my time. Snooker mainly. Bit of pool.
I didn't know that.
And why'd you think I wanted the table?
Oh, you should be taking on that bloke in the paper.
What bloke?
Well, reckons he's the best snooker player from York to the Tees. Aye, there you go. Ricky Barton, that's his name.
Barton? I've licked him dozens of times.
Oh, well, he's throwing out a challenge for anyone to take a crack at him. Here you go.
Hey, this isn't a bad idea. You know what we ought to do? We ought to organise an head-to-head, you against him. I could call it the Aidensfield All-American Pool Challenge.
And where'd we hold it?
Here, of course.
Yeah, no, hang on a minute. I didn't
I
mean...
could open a book. We could put it about that this Ricky Barton's a dead cert. You could thrash him. We could split the profits.
Tea, madam.
Oh, my goodness. I am being pampered.
Now, the sandwiches are salmon or cucumber?
They look lovely, Lester. I think I'm very lucky to find someone with such excellent references.
Well, I'm very happy to have been offered the position, madam. Now...
Right, I'll be in touch. Thank you. Bye.
See you, boys. I'm off for some shut-eye.
Yeah, see you, Phil. What are you smiling at?
Well, Phil and I have been nattering about your wedding. He's desperate to be your best man. He's worked it all out. He can't see anyone else who'd be in line.
I've been meaning to ask him. I promised Joe I'd do it today.
Well, there's no need to put him out of his misery just yet, you see.
Well, he still won't confess, and this case won't stick without it.
Even with Susie's evidence?
Well, she didn't actually see anything, did she? Have you traced the landowner yet, Rowan?
Yeah, I just had him on the phone, Sarge.
Who is he?
Colonel Hepworth. He's in London at the moment, spends most of his time there.
What did he say?
Well, he's really shocked to hear about Maxton.
What about Rooksby?
Well, he didn't seem to have much time for him. And as to whether he's capable of shooting someone, he couldn't really give me an opinion. But he says he'll come up and help if we need him.
We do. Anyone else at Puckton Hall?
Well, there's an odd job man called Dale. He lives in.
Right, Rowan, pay him a visit tonight. He might have seen something.
Right, Sarge.
It's a funeral parlour, Claude. You can't have all that lot traipsing in.
You were the one who was moaning about not having any readies, and let's face it, you haven't got to do it. I'm sorting it all out. I'm fixing all the betting, aren't I? All you got to do is count your cut.
Lord preserve us.
Right, get them in. Right, lads, it's on. 9:30, back at Bernie's place tomorrow night, all right? There'll be a small admission charge, but it won't be much.
You got a book on it?
Can I duck? I'm laying even money as Ricky Barton, 5 to 4 the local lads.
Come on, even money, Claude, behave, eh?
You're talking about Harry. I'm being generous. The man should be odds on. Look, he's virtually professional. Our lad might be keen, but he's a bit green, isn't he?
What's he up to now?
10 bob at even.
I'm not paying him.
Search me.
He left the double 10 bob, Harry.
I don't feel pain. If you were to knock me down, I'd just get up again. I'm the urban spaceman, baby. I'm making out. I'm all about.
Do the speeches come before the cake? Not that we'll be having speeches if Nick doesn't get a best man sorted out soon. Maggie? Are you all right?
No, not really.
What's wrong?
My husband turned up today.
Your husband?
Out of the blue. He's got a job. Senior registrar at the hospital.
Maggie, what are you going to do?
What can I do? He seems to think I ought to take it all in my stride. Couldn't believe it. He was so casual.
Well, what did you say?
I got upset, which was entirely the wrong thing to do. Oh, Joe. I thought that part of my life was finished. Now it looks like I'm going to be facing it all over again.
Same again, please.
Down in the dumps, Bernie.
You could say.
What's up?
It's all getting out of hand. I knew it would, but then it's my own fault, me and my big mouth.
Why, what's it done?
Telling your Steve about this local snooker star. If I'd said no, this old daft caper had never have been dreamt up.
Tell me about it.
Maggie, what really happened with the two of you?
Neil just upped and left. That's what.
Just like that?
Yes.
Why?
I suppose we just stopped talking.
So where did he move to?
He got a job with the Red Cross abroad.
Didn't you try and stop him?
No, there didn't really seem much point.
Was there someone else involved?
No, I don't think so. Look, I'm going to have an early night. All right, Joe?
The hot water bottle is in your bed, madam.
Thank you, Lester.
Shall I see you up the stairs?
No. No, it's all right. I can manage myself. Good night, Lester.
Night, madam.
Mrs. Jessup?
Come clean, Steve. When's it happening?
Tomorrow night.
Who's going to work behind the bar then?
Well, you used to manage on your own before. You can't have it both ways, Gina. If you want to run the pub, fine, but just don't expect me to fit in.
What are you talking about?
You could have had this pool challenge here, right? Made a bit of extra money, boosted your take-ins. But no. On principle, you won't have that table in your pub. And why? Because I made the decision without you.
Look, I'm not...
Don't take me for granted, Gina.
Have you called Colonel Epworth yet, Rowan?
No, he said he'd phone when he got to Puckton Hall.
So you haven't checked? Well, don't worry. I'll do it.
What's the matter with him?
He's got a medical this morning.
Nothing wrong with him, is there?
No. He's got to pass it. He wants a year's extension in the force.
Morning, lads.
Hello, Phil.
Oh, I meant to tell you, Nick. Your cousin Brian telephoned. He wants to speak to you about your wedding. Is he the one that's going to be your best man?
The Colonel is there, Rowan, and he's waiting to see you.
On my way, Sergeant.
What's wrong with you, Bellamy? You got no work to do?
She had a bit of a restless night, and every so often she has a dizzy turn.
Good job I came round.
Medicine. It's the new drugs, it must be.
I was really hoping it was going to be me. I'm friends with both of them.
Well, it's a family occasion. I wouldn't take it to heart.
Yeah, but I thought I was his best mate. I mean, you think he'd have said something.
Well, he's got a lot on his mind.
I know. You'd probably think I'm being daft, but it does feel a bit like a slap in the face.
Well, I wouldn't get yourself in a state about it. I mean, you don't know for definite yet, do you?
Oi! Where's that lot walking off to?
Oh, what's up?
That's my stock.
I thought you didn't want it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's right, Gina. Made yourself pretty clear. The brewery won't take it back, so I'm selling it over at the pool game.
Don't be so soft. Do you need a licence?
And won't yours cover it?
A funeral parlour's not pub premises. You've done it again, Steve.
What?
Gone behind me back.
Is this likely to go on for long, or shall I come back after Christmas?
But Gina...
This isn't really working, is it? I mean, I thought I could trust you, but you only cared about number one.
That's not true.
Yeah, it is. I don't think you're really interested in me. You just want to sneak off behind me back to get your own way.
Well, I wouldn't have to if you took me seriously, would I? Look, I happen to like pool, and I'm pretty good at it.
Well, you've got a choice.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
I mean it. You play this challenge and we're finished, right?
But when I arrived, I couldn't find any sign of Dale.
Are his things still in the house?
No, they've gone. And that's not all. My Brunswick bulk is missing.
Your what, sir?
Well, it's an American pool table. Rather valuable antique. Brought it back from Washington, where I was a military attaché. What I'm saying, Constable, is that I've been robbed.
They were carrying it across the road from the pub to the garage.
What's Greengrass on with the pool table?
You tell me. Everything all right, Sarge?
Huh?
The medical.
Oh, aye. I'm fine. So, any further developments?
A pool table's been stolen from Pupton Hall, along with a .22 rifle.
You think it's the one that shot Maxton?
Well, it will fit in with Rooksby's story. The gunman running towards the hall.
What about this Dale fella? Has he turned up yet?
It looks like he's cleared off. All his stuff's gone.
What do we know about him?
Well, the Colonel took him on a few weeks ago. Been doing some repairs for him down in the London flat.
Description?
Brown hair, thick moustache, bit scruffy.
Sarge, I think I know where the pool table is.
Where?
Aidensfield, Bernie Scripp's garage. At least it was yesterday. He and Greengrass.
Greengrass?
Afraid so.
What are we waiting for? Go and find him and bring him in.
I've checked her over. It couldn't be the medication if she's taking the prescribed amount.
Well, she should be. I went through it with her very carefully. Do you think she needs to be readmitted?
Oh, I don't think that'll be necessary.
But Neil, she may have had another stroke.
I don't think so.
Why are you being like this?
Like what? It's my professional judgment, Maggie. Are you sure she hasn't been drinking?
No, I made it very
Because
clear
the symptoms suggest it could be the effect of alcohol. I'll have to run a blood test.
Don't talk daft. Who's going to nick something as big as this?
It's worth a lot of money, Claude.
I know that. Still got the hole in my pocket.
Where'd you get it?
Don't worry, it's all paid for and above board.
Where'd you get it?
Fetters, the antique bloke in Ashfordley.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, if this turns out to be the stolen table, we'll be taking it away as evidence.
You'll get an hernia.
So you can forget about your all-American pool challenge.
Told you this would end in tears.
Nurse Bolton took her straight in for a checkup.
Poor Alice. Is there anything I can do?
No, I'm afraid all we can do is wait.
Oh, I'll change this water.
It's all right, madam. I can do that.
Well, where's the clock?
Sorry?
Well, the little clock. It's normally here.
1 minute you've got him under lock and key, the next is drinking in our pub.
Well, we released Mr. Rooksby because we had insufficient evidence to hold him.
Well, you'd better look a bit harder, hadn't you, because he's got it in for Sammy.
In fact, the investigation's taken a different turn, and you might be able to help us on 1 or 2 points.
What do you mean?
Do you know a man called Dale?
Yes, I know Day. He's been working up at the hall, hasn't he?
And how well did Sammy know him?
Quite well, I suppose. They've been workmates for a few weeks now.
And did Sammy have any suspicions about him?
No. Look, what's all this about?
Message from the hospital, Sarge. Good news. Your young man's come out of his coma.
I've no idea where the table came from. The fellow that sold it to me, he brought it here himself.
Well, didn't you ask him?
Of course I asked him. Said he was just clearing out an old property.
Pay him cash?
Yeah.
So who was this bloke?
Never seen him before in my life.
What did he look like?
Late 30s, bit of stubble, moustache. Seen his sidekick before, though.
Sidekick?
Ah, there were two of them. He's been in here a couple of times before.
So he's local, then?
Yeah, youngest chap. Works on the Puckton estate.
All right, lads, one more heave. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, what's going on now?
What about our bets, Greengrass?
Shut up, there's coppers here.
Well, I want my money back.
Shut up, will you?
With interest.
What was that, Greengrass?
Oh, he thought I was somebody else. I'm beginning to wish I was.
Dale and Maxton working together? It's beyond belief. And for Dale to be responsible for the shooting.
Well, that is still speculation, sir.
Yes, quite. Here's a list of the other items I found missing. Silver snuff box, jade figurine, all very valuable objets. If Dale took these, he has a surprisingly good nose for antiques.
Gina, can we talk?
There's nothing to talk about.
Look, I've decided not to play in this pool challenge. You're right. I've been stupid. I should have talked to you about it. Look, can we sort things out? Because, you know...
No, Steve, I don't know.
Oh, come on, Gina, please. Look, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, all right?
One more stunt like that.
There won't be, honest.
Come here, then, you daft bat.
I can't say I'm sorry to see it go.
I can. I've taken a load of bets on Barton. We've got to get another table from somewhere.
Oh, don't start that.
Don't you start that. Look, I've lost enough money on this lark.
I'm really worried. That clock was her pride and joy, and it's very valuable.
Well, could she have moved it herself?
I suppose so, but it's always been there. And what about the miniatures?
What miniatures?
They're 18th century, and they're missing too. I do hope Alice hasn't been made a fool of. I'm not sure I like this new butler of hers.
Well, how new is he?
He's only been there a couple of days. Is it important?
Well, it could be. If stuff has gone missing, it sounds very similar to what's been happening at Puckton Hall.
Drink hasn't passed my lips, Maggie. I'm not a fool.
Oh, I know. Look, we'll just carry on with the medicine until we get the results of the blood tests.
And what if it's a medicine that's causing it?
Hey, don't worry. I'll keep an eye on you. Isn't that Lester? I wonder where he's off to.
You think there could be a connection?
But one man goes missing, another turns up from nowhere.
So you were saying that Lester and Dale are the same person?
That was saying we need to go and find out.
I mean, I can't just conjure up another pool table from thin air, Claude.
Well, you'll have to, because it was you that got me in it in the first place. I mean, I've got people coming from all over. I've taken bets on the match and everything.
Look, I'll give you your money back, Claude.
It's too late for that, and I thought you said that pool was the latest craze.
Well, it is, it is.
In that case, it wouldn't be too difficult for you to get me another table then, would it?
And what else is missing?
My silver candlesticks, my gem box, the clock.
Lester's cleared out. All his clothes, everything gone. And look, there was more than that in there yesterday.
I haven't had a drink. I haven't touched it.
Don't worry, Alice.
You must have been spiking your sedative. We just saw him leaving, Nick. He was on the road heading towards Ashfordley.
But I'll ring the station, see if they can cut him off.
A tenement, a dirty street, walked and worn by shoeless feet, in silence long and so complete, watched by a shivering sun. Old eyes in a small child's face, watching as the shadows race through walls and cracks and leave no trace, and daylight's brightness shine.
Nick's following a suspect. Cream Vauxhall coming in from Aidensfield.
Right, you best get out there then.
On my way, Sarge.
Nose pressed hard on frosted glass, gazing at the swollen mass on concrete fields where grows no grass, stumbles blindly on. Iron trees smother the air, but withering they stand and stare through eyes that neither know nor care where the grass is gone.
Steve. It's still on. Feta says he can get us another table.
You're joking. I've just told you no work here tonight.
Well, you'll have to find another excuse, won't you?
I can't.
What are you talking about? It's because of you I'm in this mess in the first place. I've taken a load of bets on Barton. All you got to do is beat him with Quibsy. Surely you're not going to tell me she's got you that much under her thumb, has she?
Oh, of course not.
Good lad. See you over there. 9:30.
Pearly, where's your milk white skin? What's that stubble on your chin? Buried in the rot gut gin, you played and lost, not won. You played a house that can't be beat. Now look, your head's bowed in defeat. You walk too far along the street where only rats can run.
The days of Pearly Spencer. The race is almost run. The days of Pearly Spencer. The race is almost run. The days of Pearly Spencer.
He's gone to Fetters. Right, let's go and pay him a little visit. You go round the back.
Yeah, I didn't recognise you without the whiskers on. So, what are you doing back here then?
What do you think of this, son?
Look, I can't help you. Not today.
Come on, don't be silly.
You going somewhere? Come on.
Your name's not Lester or Dale, is it? It's William Stern, and you're wanted all over the country for deception. Worming your way into the lives of the rich and the elderly, fleecing them, and then disappearing into the night. You're usually successful, but this time, you lost your touch.
I've nothing to say.
You do realise Sammy Maxton is still alive?
Who's Sammy Maxton?
Well, he's given us a statement about how he found out you were lifting stuff from Puckton Hall. You tried to buy his silence by cutting him in, didn't you?
You sold the pool table together.
But then you didn't give him his cut, so he threatened to blackmail you.
And that's when you arranged to meet him up on the moors.
This is complete fantasy.
You took a gun from Puckton Hall with the intention to kill him.
Is that when you decided to clear off, or were you going already? Handy, wasn't it, that advert for the butler's job?
Which you got with forged references, I suppose?
I bet you couldn't believe your luck when you landed that job at Mrs. Jessop's.
No comment.
And the alcohol you put in her medicine could have been the death of her.
I want to see a solicitor.
Oh, you're going to need one. Because you're going to prison for a very long time.
That's the best I could do in the time given.
It's an ordinary snooker table, though, isn't it?
There's no difference. It's got the same number of pockets and everything. You've got the pull balls.
Oh, yeah, the ones I had within the table. Yeah.
I'm surprised the police didn't take them back when they took the table back.
Didn't know it about them, did they? Now, before we begin the match, gentlemen, is there anybody who hasn't got a bet?
Get on with it, Claude.
Right. Well, as you know, it's a match of 3 frames of American pool with, of course, Ricky Barton and our own Steve Adams. Right. Who's going to call?
Eds.
It is.
I thought this wasn't happening.
Gina, listen.
I don't believe it. You promised me.
I can explain this.
It'll have to be the excuse of the century.
I'm sorry, right?
Yeah, well, I've had enough of your excuses, Steve. This is the last straw. We're over.
Gina? Gina!
Right, there'll be no extra charge for the cabaret. OK, Steve, it's you to break. Best of water, please.
You caused me all that aggravation. For this.
What's up?
The balls are too big for the pockets. I'll have to wrap this cue round your neck.
I want my money back.
And me.
Bernie, sort this out, will you, while I sort Feta out?
Bernie, come on.
She's found somebody else to take your place. You've got your trouble. I too have lost my love today.
It's not fair, Phil. I really thought it was going to work out with Steve.
You'll find somebody.
Yeah, but when?
Go on, do it now. He'll be going home soon.
All right. Phil, can I have a word?
Yes, mate.
Can you do me a favour? Look after this for me.
I see. Well, yes. Of course I can, mate.